Hello and welcome to the Change Gang podcast with me, your host, Laura Ordile. I'm here to help you hold on to your sanity and your soul as you move through big change. I'm here to guide you from frustration to flow in your life, bridging the practical and the woo, just for you. Let's go. Welcome to the week, Change Gang. It's all me today, all me. So, should be a fairly quick one. Although you never know, you get me going, we could talk for a long time. But today I just want to talk a little bit because I just actually finished up a little bit of a program, a group that I did for me. I didn't do it for training. I didn't do it to enhance anything in my skill set. I did it for me. I don't have a lot of things that I really do dig into for me at that level. When I go into pay for a course or I pay for group session, program, something like that, it's usually directed at amplifying or honing a skill or adding to my skill set. But I decided, this came available a few weeks back, and it was a situation that was personal for me that I thought would be a good fit for me to be supported in. Not in terms of business, not in terms of my skills, not in terms of any of that. And actually, I was really familiar with some of that, what the program was offering. I was aware of it at a base level, but I wanted and needed the connection, the support of the group. And I don't think we realize and understand sometimes how useful that can be, because we try so often to do things on our own, to push through on our own, to find our own way, to do all the things. And yet, when we have someone to support us and walk with us and sometimes lift us up, sometimes give us a better idea, or sometimes just to bounce an idea off of, it changes the way that we move in the world. It changes it. It can help us to really make a difference in our own lives. But I think sometimes we think we have to justify doing things for ourselves, especially entrepreneurs, all the business people out in the world. It's like, well, if it's not a business expense, if it's not going to help my business, I don't need to be spending the time there. I need to be focusing on my business. I need to be doing all this. But it's just like everything else in your life. When you bring balance in and you focus on you when you need to, on your business when you need to, on your family when you need to, when you bring the balance of those things into play, everything else goes smoother. It just does. If you're giving yourself a little bit of attention, you're going to be a better business person. You're going to be a better family member. When you don't feel like you're neglecting any of those, and there's no guilt, there's no difficulties, there's no frustration or overwhelm, oh my goodness, you might just be going, what the heck? What is this like? Well, how is my life even like this right now? It's just in flow. Because it's moving between all of the things, you're giving energy to all of the different things that need energy. Some days it might be that you're focusing on the business. Some days it might be that you're focusing on you. Whatever it is, it's okay to be doing in all of the areas, or concentrating on just one if you really feel like, hey, that one is suffering right now. That one needs a little extra attention. But what I found through the process of doing this little course for myself, and again, as I said, it was almost like a little refresher, was going back to some of the things I already know, but with a different perspective, with a different awareness of where I'm at now, which changes everything. It changes all the information. If you go back to a book that you read already, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, it will have a different perspective for you now because you're different. You've lived through things that have changed your awareness. So now you're going to go back and see it in a different way. It's still the same story. It's still the same words, but your perspective is different. And you might pick up something you missed the first time. Or it might just be the joy of the story. And sometimes that's what it is in some of those groups. It's the joy of the connection, the joy of the group story, the joy of the success of others. Seeing others have success is a unique thing that when you get to experience that, when you get to see that, you need to know that that's something that's a lovely gift from the universe right there, because it's telling you you're on the right track. You've got something so close to you. You're seeing the success. You're seeing what's possible. And in that is the awareness that it is possible. So it absolutely is possible for you too, if you want it. That's the gift that I think we pass up so often when we see the success of people around us and we get upset. Why can't I have that success? What do they have that I don't? What's going on in the world that I can't get ahead? But if you're acknowledging, oh my goodness, look at all those people having successes, acknowledging and aware of the possibility of what can happen for you in an instant, in a moment, can turn on a dime, as they say, and head you in a whole new direction. And now everything's changed. That is absolutely possible. And I heard someone define something a little bit different for me in that group, because they talked about the magic of uncertainty. When we're in that space, when we're not certain of what's ahead, of what's coming, of what's next, what we don't term it as, and we should, is a place of possibility. Possibility. What can be of interest to us in that moment that we can dive into and change the direction of our life right there? What are the possibilities in that moment of uncertainty? What can happen next? Oh my goodness, isn't that exciting? What's going to happen next? It's like such a good story. And it can be a wonderful story. And we might have that moment of, ooh, I didn't see that coming. That's interesting. That's cool. That's fun. Wow. Where's that going to go? That doesn't just happen in the stories and the books we read or the movies we watch or the shows. That's real life. That comes from real life. So dig into that and play with that this week. The possibility of what is next. And what can you do for you or your business or your home? Where can you put attention that opens up to possibility? It might be a little bit of all of those. Do that. Have fun with it and enjoy it and go back to the things with a new perspective. Look back on maybe a class you did in the past. What if you went through and listened to it again? How would that change your life now? What if you went back and watched a show? Would it be fun for you? Would you pick up new things that you didn't see before? I do that all the time with TV shows that I love. Can't tell you how many times I've watched Star Trek and Battlestar Galactica and Eureka and Warehouse 13, all of them. And I love them. And I know the points too, where it's like, oh no, this part's going to be sad. But I go through it and be like, okay, it is sad. Even though I know what's going to happen, that's part of humanity. It's a sad moment. And that's okay, because I know it's going to pass. And you know what? That's what life is for us. It's a moment. And I want you to know it's going to pass. Let the energy of the emotion, whatever it is that you're experiencing this week, flow through you. Energy is meant to flow, not stop, not stay stagnant. Flow. We are energetic beings. So let the energy flow through you and see what happens. See what possibilities come up and direct it in the way that you want to go. Along with your feelings. When you have something coming up and it's like, ooh, I'm almost kind of moving into fear with that. Shift it. Change it into exciting, interesting. Ooh, isn't that interesting? And go that direction with it. See what happens this week. Direct it a little bit. Play with your energy. Play with the possibilities. Go back and see what's there that could be fun for you this week, that could give you a new perspective and open the door to a new perspective of what's next for you, of what's next. I'm here. If I'm what's next for you, I'm ready. I'm doing a lot of one-to-one work right now, and I love it because it's so individual and it's so wonderful. And of course, I have groups that start now and then, and they're amazing. And you get a lot of attention in those too, and some individual time. So it's not quite as detailed and individual as those one-to-one sessions are, but it's still amazing and still life-changing. So come join me. Join me in either one of those. And if you are ready for that new perspective, for that new change, for that next level in your life, I would love to chat with you about the possibility of working with you. What are the possibilities for you in what I have to offer? And that's a free conversation. I have a free 20-minute call. I'll put the link in the show notes for you so you can come have a conversation with me and see what might change in your life. So there you go. That's all I had to say this week. That's all I wanted to say, and to let you know that you can change your life and open up to the possibility with tiny little shifts. So be open to them this week. Be open and aware of the possibilities of what's happening around you. Let the universe show you what it's got to offer you and go from there. And I hope, my friends, that you have a happy one and that you meet me right here, same time next week. Ciao. I hope today's episode was interesting to you in some way and fun. If so, hey, find someone to share it with. Maybe they need to hear it too, or maybe they'll just enjoy it. If you'd like, go ahead and grab my tips on supercharging your success. It includes a free short meditation to do just that. You can find that at bit.ly/supercharge your success. Until next time, happy day.